What is up, guys? Welcome back to the WaxMode channel. Today's video I have the brand new for 2020, the Meguiar's Hybrid Ceramic Liquid Wax. So in this video I'm going to give you guys my initial thoughts of what it's like to work with this product in the short term. I'll pull out the test panel, I'll show you guys how it behaves compared to Ultimate Liquid Wax. And then I've got a small section that I applied Hybrid Ceramic Detailer on top of the ceramic liquid wax. And then on the other half, I've got a small section where I applied Ultimate Quick Wax on top of Ultimate Liquid Wax. So this is going to give you guys a showcase of how each product is working in conjunction with one another. The Hybrid Ceramic Liquid Wax is going to retail for around $23 in the United States for 16 fluid ounces. You might be able to pick it up for less than that. I picked it up on Amazon for right around $20. And this is going to be Meguiar's most durable wax or protectant that you're going to find in their consumer lines up till this point. And this is going to piggyback on the type of chemistry, the silicon dioxide based chemistry that was found in the hybrid ceramic wax, which came out last year, the spray version. That sort of chemistry is going to carry over into this formula. And this is going to be that type of product for guys that are looking for more of a traditional base method of applying this to the paint. So when the paint's fully dry, you can use this with a foam-based applicator pad. You can use this with a dual-action polisher on a wax pad as well. It can be applied on top of the trim without any sort of staining problems. It can be applied on top of chrome, decals, vinyl, racing stripes. You can use this as your base form of protectant, or you can apply this on top of any sort of existing wax or sealant that's already on the paint. So it's very versatile in the manner that you prefer to use it. If you want to be strict and go ahead and make sure the paint's completely bare before applying this to the surface, you can go ahead and do that. Or if you've already got a wax on there, just go ahead and apply the hybrid ceramic liquid wax on top. It's going to work just fine. Now for this particular test, I've prepped the paint using Meguiar's M210 Ultra Pro Finishing Polish. I follow that up with Clean Strips Prep All, which I use as a panel wipe to clean up any polishing oils that may be left behind. Now Meguiar's also has their new panel wipe product that they're releasing. I think it's released right now. I'm definitely going to get my hands on that because I use a lot of their abrasives for a lot of these tests. And we'll test that out in the future. On the entire left half of this hood, the entire left half has the hybrid ceramic liquid wax. On the entire right half of the paint, I have applied Ultimate Liquid Wax. Now these were applied 2 days ago onto the paint. Now I've taped off a couple sections on top as well. So on the left half, I have hybrid ceramic liquid wax as my base. I waited 1 full day after applying that, and then I applied the hybrid ceramic detailer to the surface. And then on the right half, I've got the Ultimate Liquid Wax as my base. I waited 1 full day, and then I applied the new updated Ultimate Quick Wax formula. So this rinse right here is going to be 1 full day after applying the toppers on top of the base coats. And the reason for doing this type of test is I want to see if the topper is going to have any sort of hydrophobic impact on the base layer protectant. I want to see if it's going to make it more hydrophobic or even less hydrophobic and sometimes mask the potential of the base layer protectant. And you can see the gloss coming through on the panel on the Walkaround here. It's just absolutely dripping with gloss. And a lot of that does have to do with me prepping the panel effectively and using my abrasives, pulling out the polisher. I've pretty much approached maximum amount of gloss that this paint's going to be able to give to me through the polishing step. And so when I apply these different products on top, a lot of times I don't notice a difference in the type of gloss that each product is bringing out of the surface at that point. And so with this particular paint and this color, I'm not seeing an advantage in gloss between one product compared to another one. Through the initial rinse right here, what I am noticing is that the Ultimate Liquid Wax is just slightly less hydrophobic compared to the new hybrid ceramic liquid wax. So if you're looking for that extreme amount of hydrophobic performance, definitely the hybrid ceramic liquid wax is the one to go with. It's very slight though. You kind of have to have the eye to be able to see that. But I'm absolutely loving it. You can see the beading here on both sides, just nice and uniform, nice and tight. Again, the hybrid ceramic liquid wax side, you got to be a little bit tighter, a little bit more aggressive with the water when you go over the paint with it. And then I'll go ahead, we'll have the hybrid ceramic detailer section. Again, this is on top of the base layer of hybrid ceramic liquid wax. So the two of these products are going to pair extremely well together. In fact, I am a massive fan of the new hybrid ceramic detailer, and I'm going to do a separate video covering the detailer more in detail. And then the updated formula of the Ultimate Quick Wax here on the right side on top of the Ultimate Liquid Wax as the base coat. And again, still very good performance, just awesome hydrophobics. It's the perfect topper for the Ultimate Liquid Wax and the Ultimate Paste Wax. In fact, I have had so much great success using the Ultimate Quick Wax on top of a wide variety of different types of protectants and coatings. It's been one of my favorite detailing products of all time out of the many different products that I've tested. It's one of my favorite toppers and products to maintain the base layer protectant. And so I'll try to keep a close eye into the updated formula and how I think it works compared to the previous formula. It smells exactly the same. It smells absolutely fantastic. One of my favorite scents. This is going to be the first wash using CarPro Reset as my soap. And so this is just going to help to identify which product is going to maintain its surface tension better compared to the other one. And I can already see the left half, the hybrid ceramic liquid wax, is holding up better hydrophobic performance compared to the ultimate liquid wax after the first wash. Surface tension. Higher surface tension means a more hydrophobic surface, tighter beading, faster water sheeting. Lower surface tension means less hydrophobic. Bit of a geeky wax lesson for you wax addicts. Now, this doesn't mean that the ultimate liquid wax or the ultimate quick wax are bad products. You know, you can still see here through the rinse once we get all the soap off the surface, it's still a very high surface tension. It's still very hydrophobic. But you are going to have some products that they're going to lose a little bit of hydrophobic performance, you know, after the wash process. And that's one of the reasons why you would want to use a topper or something like Ultimate Quick Wax on top of Ultimate Liquid Wax on a regular basis after your washes in order to help maintain its hydrophobic performance over the months, but also to help maintain the gloss and the slickness, because I'll lose slickness really quick with the hard water that we have here coming out of the hose here in Florida. This clip is going to be me applying hybrid ceramic liquid wax to the paint without the conditions being absolutely perfect. So I'm working in direct sunlight. The surface temperatures of the paint are above 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And the paint is not completely bare at this point. So what I have on the surface right now is I applied the Chemical Guys Glossworks glaze, I applied their lava paste wax, and then on top of lava I applied their V7 spray sealant. And so this will be able to highlight a bit of the versatility of hybrid ceramic liquid wax to be able to perform and not be very picky about the type of surface that you're applying it to. Now I'm also applying more to the applicator pad than I normally would. And this is just to see if I can get streaking to pop up in these conditions. Now, the regular instructions from Meguiar's is they want you guys to apply this in the shade on a cool surface, apply to the paint in two overlapping passes to ensure coverage, and you want to wait 3 to 5 minutes after applying it before buffing it off to allow it to dry properly. Now, this wax is not going to haze over like a more traditional wax would. It's not going to do what Gold Class does, so don't expect that. You want to have a good light source when you're applying this to the paint. Otherwise, you could fall into the trap of over-applying it to the surface. Because a lot of guys, you know, if they're working in the shade or they don't have a good light source, they can't really tell exactly where they've gotten coverage on the surface of the wax like this. If it goes on nice and thin, that's going to have guys reapply it to the applicator pad until they build up an amount that they can see it in a low lighting situation. You really don't need a lot of product on the applicator pad in order to get good coverage on the surface, and less is definitely better than more in most cases with waxes. As long as you're getting a nice wax trail like you're seeing right here in the sun, that's perfect. But if I'm in the shade, I always have an external light source. I always have a light that I'm shining on the paint as I'm applying and removing products to make sure that I'm not having any issues. But what I do notice out of hybrid ceramic liquid wax here that's important to note is the spreadability of this wax is not as good as the other waxes in the Meguiar's lineup. And I'm going to pull out the Meguiar's Ultimate Paste Wax to sort of demonstrate that in the video. But what I mean by spreadability is with the applicator pad, when it's loaded up with the product and you're going across a wide range on the paint, it's going to feel tackier. It's not going to feel as smooth or it's not going to glide across the paint like it would with Meguiar's Ultimate Paste Wax right here. And that's important because when we're working by hand, there's a lot of enjoyment that you can get working with the wax by hand with it being super easy to spread across the surface like this. I mean, I could effortlessly go across the entire car with Ultimate Paste Wax right here and just get a really nice feel across the entire paint, and it's never going to feel like it's grabby, or it's never going to feel like it's not gliding across smoothly on the surface. This just spreads so insanely easy on the paint, and that makes it so much more enjoyable to work with by hand compared to the new Meguiar's Hybrid Ceramic Liquid Wax. And so the Ultimate lineup is not dead. The Hybrid Ceramic line does not replace Ultimate. This is going to depend on your specific preferences, what you're looking for when it comes to performance, what you're looking for in terms of spreadability, in terms of wipeability. The Ultimate lineup is definitely going to still capture the preferences for a lot of consumers out there. And so if you're that type of person where you have spreadability and the enjoyment of working with the product by hand as a top priority for the products that you're looking for, then I would stick with the Ultimate lineup, especially Ultimate Paste Wax, as that product to fulfill that preference. Now this brings us over to the wipeability of the products, or just how easy they are to buff off from the paint once you've allowed them to dry on the surface. And for hybrid ceramic liquid wax, this buffs off super easily from the paint. And I was not expecting that the first time that I used this product. I thought the spreadability, it being a little bit more difficult to spread off from the paint compared to the Ultimate line, that it was going to make it more difficult to buff off and be a little bit more snaggy and grabby. It's not like that. It's a super smooth wipe off for this product. And Meguiar's, again, does recommend 3 to 5 minutes to allow the product to dry before you buff it off from the surface. But even on the hot paint in direct sunlight right here, I'm not seeing any streaking going on with this product. And we certainly applied it a bit more heavy than I regularly would. So we've given the surface the ability to create issues when I'm applying the hybrid ceramic liquid wax to the surface, and I'm not seeing any issues in terms of application aside from the slightly more difficult spreadability of the product compared to the Ultimate line. And Meguiar's is on an absolute mission this year. They've got such a wide range of products that are coming out that I want to try and get my hands on this year and work with and show you guys how they're performing and what I think about them. But I really think that the hybrid ceramic line is a great addition to the Meguiar's brand. You know, for those of us that are absolutely addicted to hydrophobic performance, they're definitely delivering on that, especially in the short term here. But with the addition of hybrid ceramic detailer, they have really rounded out the trio of products right here. Is just very good. You know, you can use the hybrid ceramic liquid wax or the hybrid ceramic wax as your main form of protectants. You can maintain those products using the hybrid ceramic detailer. You can maintain the protection, just keep using the hybrid ceramic wax if you wanted to. They're giving us a lot of options to have a lot of fun when it comes to car maintenance. So what I'm going to do here is I'll give you guys a final temperature reading of the panel, and then I'm going to talk about curing because I'm going to rinse both of these products immediately after I've applied them to the paint. And what I want to showcase is certainly out of the hybrid ceramic liquid wax, you don't necessarily need to worry if the paint gets wet shortly after you've applied it to the surface. And after reviewing the bottle of the hybrid ceramic liquid wax, I'm not seeing any mention of a curing time. So usually the general rule of thumb is you want to wait that 12 to 24 hour cure period before the panel gets wet, before you wash it, or before you top it with different products, just to allow the products to set and bond properly to the surface of the paint. With the ceramic liquid wax here, the initial rinse is rinsing off a little bit of the product that's left behind that the microfiber towel is not able to fully buff off from the surface. Once those residuals are gone, I'm seeing awesome hydrophobics out of the product. So I would definitely not be worried. Again, if you hit a rainstorm and you just applied hybrid ceramic liquid wax and you're worried about the product just being absolutely crushed, I would not worry about that at all. And you can see even on the Ultimate Paste Wax side, it's still performing at a very high level as well. Shortly after applying it, rinsing it down, we've got protectants already on the surface of the paint. Before applying these, we applied it in direct sunlight and on a hot panel, and I'm still getting great results. Alright, in this clip here, I've pulled out the Poorboy's World Strip Down just to see how easy it is to try and remove these products chemically from the surface. So that's without using abrasives on the paint as I normally would. Okay, so I sprayed the panel down thoroughly with Poorboy's Strip Down, and then what you want to do with Strip Down is as it's sitting on the paint, you want to go ahead and go over it with your wash mitt with whatever soap that you're working with. So I have CarPro Reset as my soap, so I went ahead and washed the panel with Strip Down on the surface, and then you rinse it, and that's the way that you use Strip Down to get the best results out of it. And what I'm seeing out of this rinse here is we've definitely had a massive impact. And we certainly knocked down both sections really effectively with the strip down. Now, there's going to be some areas of survivability, especially on the hybrid ceramic liquid wax side. You can see that small area right there where it's going to start spreading into and really giving us a little bit of evidence that the product has still survived on the surface in that specific area. But yeah, this is definitely taking a pretty significant hit. And you're going to have products that are going to be much more chemically resistant against strip down, against other types of degreasers and all-purpose cleaners. And you can see the Ultimate side on the right here, definitely super heavily impacted. Hybrid ceramic detailer at the top here, a little bit of signs of life. Definitely the bottom portion of hybrid ceramic liquid wax, still a pretty significant portion that is showing signs of life. And so what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and dry the paint off. We're going to see if we can tackle through any sort of the surfactants left behind by Poorboy strip down, and I'll I'll reflood the paint using the flood setting on the nozzle. All right, so I went ahead and dried the paint. I then washed it using CarPro Reset, and this is me flooding the panel with the flood setting. Now I also pulled the tape lines, so those tape lines are going to repel water. Where the hybrid ceramic liquid wax and the ultimate liquid wax sides are still underneath that tape line that was preserved. But you can see the center section of hybrid ceramic liquid wax has survived at a reduced performance, but there's still signs of life left on the section of the paint. And a lot of guys are going to weight the performance of products in the chemical resistance test differently. For me, it's not as big as a factor because we took hybrid ceramic wax, we placed that up against Turtle Wax's Ice Seal and Shine. Ice Seal and Shine is a very chemically resistant product. Hybrid ceramic wax lasted that 5-month period neck and neck with Ice Seal and Shine on the other daily driver. So even though the Meguiar's is not as chemically resistant, it's not going to be a main determinant of the product's durability in the long term. But compared to one another, the hybrid ceramic liquid wax is definitely going to give you a bit better chemical resistance compared to the ultimate liquid wax, I would say, as a result my observations of this specific test here. But check this out. Look at the way that the water splinters off when it's really trying to, that area where it survived is really trying to fight through it and repel that water right off the surface there. It's pretty cool to see in person. So to close this one out, guys, I've really been enjoying the hybrid ceramic liquid wax. The entire hybrid ceramic lineup I'm a huge fan of. I think it matches my preferences really well. I'm willing to trade off a little bit of spreadability to get better performance, better durability, a slightly more hydrophobic product. And they smell fantastic as well. Both the hybrid ceramic wax and the hybrid ceramic liquid wax smell very similar to each other. It's like this blueberry sort of tropical scent. I don't know what it is, but it's awesome. It's amazing. The hybrid ceramic detailer smells incredible as well. It smells a little bit different than those two. They just do a really good job on their scents. And the ultimate lineup is not dead, not by a long shot, guys. You just gotta kind of have to experiment to figure out what type of product is gonna match your preferences. And sometimes that takes spending a little bit of money on this hobby if you're invested into it. But that doesn't mean you guys have to go out there and buy every single one of these products. They're all designed to do the same thing, which is protect your paint, improve the gloss and slickness at the same time. They just have a vast amount of different properties and features that's going to really appeal to a very wide range of different preferences. And you have to experiment in order to really narrow down what your preferences are for the maintenance on your paint. But I think a great way to go about it is to stay within the product lines, guys. So figure out that one product that you want to use as your main form of protection, and then purchase one additional spray protectant to help maintain that base layer. And you're always going to get great results doing that. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and leave a thumbs up. And make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed already. There's going to be a lot more testing videos coming out in the future. My subscribers, get down in the comment section below. Let me know what products you like working with. Let me know what you want me to test out next. And if you guys are looking to try out any of the products that you see me reviewing or testing, go ahead and check in the links in the description. I'll have that set up, so that'll send you over to Amazon where you can purchase these products. And that helps support the channel out for additional testing. I get a small percentage of every single sale. But definitely check out some of the other great detailing review channels here on YouTube, guys. There's a wealth of knowledge out there, a lot of different perspectives as well. So go ahead and tell them WaxMode sent you. Tell them I said hi, and I will see you all in the next video.